Paris, 1861. Imagine standing in a room where the air itself is on trial. The city outside is alive with hoofbeats and smoke, with crowded markets and narrow streets that never truly sleep. But inside a quiet laboratory, something far smaller than a rat, or even a flea, has people terrified. Not because anyone can see it, because no one can agree it exists. For centuries, most people believed life could simply appear. Leave broth out long enough, and it turns cloudy. Maggots show up on meat. Tiny creatures bloom in rotting puddles like a dark kind of miracle. Spontaneous generation, they called it, life from nothing. Comfortable, familiar, almost poetic. Louis Pasteur doesn't find it poetic. He finds it dangerous. Picture him. Focused eyes, ink-stained notes, hands steady but tired. He's not trying to win a polite argument. He's trying to stop an invisible enemy that ruins wine, spoils food, and, if his suspicion is right, may be haunting hospitals too. So he designs a trap. Glass flasks, each filled with nourishing broth. Then the strange part, he heats the neck of the glass and pulls it into a long, elegant curve, like a swan's neck, slender and graceful, bending down and up again. It looks delicate, almost decorative. But it's a weapon. He boils the broth until it's sterilized, quiet as a held breath. Then he leaves it exposed to the air, because critics insist air is life. If life doesn't appear, your experiment is flawed. Pasteur agrees and smiles just slightly. Days pass, then weeks. The broth stays clear. No stink, no haze, no sudden birth of life. The crowd leans closer. The skeptics shift in their seats. If life truly rises from nothing, why is nothing happening? Then comes the rehook, the twist that makes the room tighten. Pasteur tilts a flask, just a simple motion. The broth slides into the curve of the swan neck, where dust has been quietly collecting, dust you can barely see, powdery, harmless looking. Within days, the broth turns cloudy, a bloom of life, right on cue. He hasn't blocked air, he's filtered the dust carried by air, and suddenly the debate changes shape. The question isn't, can life appear from nothing? It becomes, what's riding on the air that we've been calling nothing? In that moment, the laboratory feels colder. Because if tiny living things travel unseen, then every cough, every unwashed hand, every open wound means something different now. Pasteur doesn't shout. He doesn't need to. The flasks do the talking, and the message lands like a bell in the bones. Life doesn't spring from nowhere. It comes from life. Small, relentless, and real. If you felt that chill, hit like, share this with a friend, subscribe for more stories where science turns the world upside down, and comment, what invisible idea do you think we still underestimate today?